Welcome to our 5th episode of 2 Kid Reviews. I'm Abigail, this is Bentley.
And today we will be reviewing the James Cameron sequel, Avatar 2, The Way of Water. Now it's time to put on your 3D glasses. This review will be in IMAX 3D.
No, it won't.
Why not?
Too expensive.
What if we got James Cameron to direct it?
It would probably take 10 and a half years.
Good point. Can we at least be blue like the Na'vi?
Sure, let's give that a try.
Yeah!
In James Cameron's 40-plus years in movies, this is only the 9th movie he's directed, and his 4th sequel.
4th sequel? I thought it was his 3rd.
His very first movie was Piranha 2.
I never even heard of that.
I think that's how James Cameron wants it.
His other sequels are epic. He's really the king of sequels.
Right, he did Aliens.
Which is awesome and better than the already awesome original.
He did Terminator 2.
Which is awesome and better than the already awesome original. You know, he should do a Titanic sequel.
What?
Titanic was amazing. He should do a sequel.
Of Titanic?
Yeah.
You mean the boat that sank?
Uh-huh.
Like the boat is behind global warming to get his revenge. It's revenge and melts the ice.
Oh my, that's genius. We should write the screenplay for that and send it to James Cameron.
But let's first talk about this sequel, Avatar 2.
The Way of Water. This movie stars Jake Sully again with Gamora as Neytiri.
You mean Uhura?
No, Gamora.
No, Uhura.
Gamora.
Uhura.
What about
Umora?
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, she's really talented. She can act in at least 3 different colors. Once again, it also has everyone's favorite science fiction actress.
But in a different role. This time as Kiri, a teenager. And she was great.
She was probably excited as the last time she was a teenager was in the 1960s.
They also brought in a lot of new actors, like Carmela Soprano and Rose from Titanic.
I hear she's about to sign on to star in Titanic 2, The Iceberg Melts. Come on, Kate, we need you for this. If you say yes, we'll start writing the script right away. This could get you your 2nd Oscar.
You may as well say yes, because he's just going to keep nagging you until you do. Trust me.
Bentley, how was your trip back to Pandora?
You always hear about directors being perfectionists, but James Cameron takes it to a whole new level, which is why his movies take so long to make. I thought this movie was amazing.
And the best part?
The visuals, which is not a surprise.
Do you think the acting gets lost at all because of the special effects?
It might. I know the actors went through so much to film this movie, but it may be hard to win an Oscar when you're blue. So I wouldn't expect many nominations in the acting categories. Abigail, how do you think this compared to the first Avatar movie?
I think it's a lot better. As you said earlier, James Cameron is the king of sequels. James Cameron said that this movie, to make a profit, it will need to bring around $2 billion. Do you think it can do that?
That's a lot to ask of any movie, as only a few have ever done it. However, I think it will. I think people are going to see this in IMAX, which helps it get there. And they're showing it in China, which they haven't done with any of the recent Marvel movies. So that would be a huge boost. I think it makes I think it'll make it to $2 billion.
I agree. With everything going on in the movie, did you feel like you could really follow the story?
Oh yes, it wasn't very hard to follow.
What did you not like about this movie?
Can we take off the blue faces for a bit? I don't think it shows my emotions correctly. You know what I didn't like? I didn't like being forced to hold it. James Cameron, I'm a kid. How long do you think my bladder can last? I couldn't get a slushie because of you. Because there was no way I would have made it. It's not just 3 hours and 12 minutes of previews. It's over 3.5 hours. By the end of the movie, half the audience is just dancing in their seats. Was that your real goal? How come you couldn't just put in intermission?
Like Broadway?
Like other crazy long movies. Gone with the Wind had one, Spartacus, Ben-Hur. I need 1 minute. 1 minute so I can go to the bathroom and get back.
1 minute? Don't you have to wash your hands?
I brought hand sanitizer. No.
Since they didn't give us an intermission, when do you think is the best time in the movie to go to the bathroom?
Go before the movie. Otherwise, I'm not sure that there's a good time.
Okay, special effects team. You can make us blue again.
Okay. I really enjoyed this movie, and I think people should go to see it. What are your thoughts, Abigail?
This is more than a movie. It's an event. This is not a movie that you wait for it to be streamed. This is a movie that you go to the theater for.
What should parents know about this movie?
First, what everyone should know, see it in IMAX 3D. This is how this movie was meant to be watched. And I think that it will make a big difference to the experience.
We know it's more expensive seeing in IMAX 3D, but this is a movie that only comes around every 13 years or so.
It's worth it. Next, know your kids. Can they sit through a 192-minute movie?
Good point.
There are also a few bad words in it. There are no icky scenes, but parents should know that people on Pandora don't wear a lot of clothing.
It is an action movie, so there is quite a bit of violence, actually some intense violence, and parents should know that not every good character will live.
But it's alright. Bentley, what age kids do you think?
I think in this case it's a little different since it's a sequel. Show your kids the first Avatar movie on Disney+. If they like that, then there is no reason not to take them to this.
That sounds about right.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of 2 Kid Reviews.
Our next review will be our very first horror movie, Megan. Also, our very first 2023 review.
So happy holidays, happy new year, and see you next time!